Hello student, our today's topic is ratio, proportion and partnership exercise part 1. Let's see discuss. Now our index is exercise questions and summary. Okay. Now there is a disclaimer. The images used in our slide deck are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owner of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathee@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. Now first we see some formula of ratios. Okay. Ratio, we can write it if it is given that A to B. How can we write it in ratio form? In fraction form A upon B or in ratio form A ratio B. Clear? Equivalent ratio, what it means? It means A upon B is equals to C upon D. Okay, so we can cross multiply it. We can write it in is A into D is equals to B into C. If A upon B is equals to C upon D, then we can write it A into D equals to B into C. Next formula, simplifying ratios. If a ratio has been given in the form of A upon B, then we can divide A upon B by the GCD of AB. What is GCD? Greatest common divisor of A and B. Because in ratios, they always be in simplified form, which means their GCD will always be 1. Okay. Next formula, ratio in term of fraction. Again, we will discuss it. A upon B is equals to C upon D is equals to A into D equals to B into C. Clear? Now, we will see some formula of proportion. 3.5. Definition of proportion. If it is given that two ratios are equal, then we can say that these two ratios are in same proportion. A upon B equals to C upon D. Cross multiply, we can do it. A into D equals to B into C. Now, what is continued proportion? Continued proportion, when two proportion A upon B equals to B upon C, then B is the mean proportion between A and C. And this is called continued proportion, which means B square equals to A into C. Next, direct proportion. If X and Y are directly proportional, then X upon Y equals to K. Or we can say that X equals to KY, where K is constant. Okay. Inverse proportion. If X and Y are inversely proportional, then X into Y equals to K. Or we can say that Y equals to K upon X, where K is constant and X and Y is the two numbers. Okay. Some additional concept related to proportional. Componendo and dividendo. We can use in componendo and dividendo concept in proportion. If it is given that A upon B equals to C upon D, then it will always true that A plus B upon A minus B equals to C plus D upon C minus D. In the same way, alternando, A upon B is equals to C upon D, then we can say that A upon C equals to B upon D. Invertendo, if A upon B equals to C upon D, then we can say that B upon A equals to D upon C. Addendo, if A upon B is equals to C upon D, then we can say that A plus C upon B plus D equals to A upon B. Subtrahendo, if A upon B equals to C upon D, then we can say that A minus C upon B minus D equals to A upon B. Next, some formula. Now we will see some questions. Okay. The first question is, the difference between two-digit number and the number obtained by interchanging the digit is 36. What is the difference between the sum of the difference of the digit of the number if the ratio of the digit of number is 1:2? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Question says that a two-digit number. How we can write a two-digit number? In 10x plus y in some form. So we let the tens place digit is x and unit place digit is y. So we can write it in the form of 10x plus y. Clear? On interchanging, it will become 10y plus x. Clear? Now, it is given in the question that the number ratios x ratio y is 1:2. What it means? We can say that y equals to 2x. So if we write the equation, so 10x plus y equals to 12x. We put value of y equals to 2x. So we get 12x. In the same formation, when we put y equals to 2x, we get in the second equation 21x. And it is given that when we interchanging the data, the difference is 36. So difference between 21x and 12x is 36. Solution to be continued. Now, difference between these two numbers is 36. So 9x equals to 36, x equals to 4. So the number is 12x. So we put the value of x, which is 4. When we multiply it, we get the number 48. Clear? Now interchanging. Now we know that the interchanging number is 21x. So we put the value of x, which is 84. Sum of the digit. What it means? We sum the digit of this number, which is 8 and 4, become 12. Difference of the digit, we take subtraction between 8 and 4, which is 4. Now the question is difference of sum and difference of the digit, which is 8. 8 is the correct answer. Next one. Seat of mathematics, physics and biology in a school are in the ratio 5:7:8. There is a proposal to increase these seat by 40%, 50% and 75% respectively. What will be the ratio of increased seat? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now the question says it, in mathematics, physics and biology, the ratio is 5:7:8. So we can let it, number is 500, 700 and 800. We can multiply it by 100. In all these three number, ratio will always be same. So in the next line, question says that there is a proposal to increase the seat by 40%, 50% and 75%. What it means? 500 will be increased by 40%. 700 is increased by 50% and 800 is increased by 75%. So when we increase 500 by 40%, the seats will be 700. In the same way, in physics, when we increase by 50%, the seats will be 1050. In the same way, in biology, when we increase by 7500, the total number of seats will be 1400. So what will be the ratio? When we solve it, new ratio become 700 ratio 1050 ratio 1400. When you solve it, you get 2:3:4. So is the correct answer. Next one. In a mixture of 60 liter, the ratio of milk and water is 2:1. What quantity of water should be added so that the ratio become 1:3? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. I will interpret the question for you. Question says that a mixture of 60 liter in which the ratio of milk and water is 2:1. So how can we write it? 3 unit is equals to 60 liter, we can say that. So 3 unit is 60 liter, so 1 unit will be 20 liter. When you solve it, we get milk is 40 liter and water is 20 liter because it is given in the question that 1 unit is water and 2 unit is milk. So 1 unit is equals to 20. So water will be 20 liter and milk will be 40 liter. And the question says that how much water should be added so the ratio become 1:3. So first, what we can do? We add some water. So first thing, we make the ratio equal. Clear? So 1:3, and we know that in the first part, the ratio was 2:1. So we know that milk is constant. So we try to make milk ratio equal. So we multiplied 1:3 by 2. which gives us ratio 2:6. Okay. Now, in the question, it is given that in the first ratio, milk was only 20 liter. Now, the ratio was 1 and it becomes now 6. So, how much water it will become? 6 unit is equals to 6 multiplied by 20 because 1 unit is 20 liter. So, 6 unit multiplied by 20 which is 120 liter. So, how much water we should add? We know that 20 liter was already there. So, we subtract 20 liter from 120 which is 100 liter. So, quantity of water will be added 100 liter. B is the correct answer. Now, next question. The ratio of number of boys and girls in a college is 7:8. If the percentage increase in the number of boys and girls be 20% and 10% respectively, what will be the new ratio? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Time's up. Let's see the solution. Now, boys and girls are in the ratio 7:8. So, we can multiply 100 in both the sides. So, we let 700 boys and 800 girls. Question says that boys increased by 20% and girl increased by 10%. So, 700 increased by 20% which is 840. 800 increased by 10% which is 80. Add it, it will become 880. Our new ratio will be 840 ratio 880 which is 21:22. C is the correct answer. Next one. Salary of Ravi and Sumit are in the ratio 2:3. If the salary of each is increased by 4,000, the new ratio becomes 40:57. What is the Sumit salary? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. First we'll interpret the question, then we see the solution. Question says that Ravi and Sumit salaries are in ratio 2:3. So first we write it 2:3. Now the question says that if we add 4,000, okay, if the salary of each increased by 4,000, so we take a variable 2x and 3x information, okay. So the ratio will become 2x and 3x. When we add it 2x plus 4,000 and 3x plus 4,000, our new ratio become 40:57. Solution to be continued. So we can write it 2x plus 4,000 upon 3x plus 4,000 is equals to 40 upon 57. Now when we solve it, we get 6x equals to 68,000. Now what will be the value of x? X is equals to 68,000 upon 6. We can say that. Now question asks is Sumit's salary. So Sumit's salary is 3x. We can multiply it by this fraction. So 3 multiplied by the value of x which is 68,000 upon 6. When we solve it, we get 34,000. Clear? Next one. The salary of A, B and C are in the ratio 2:3:5. If the increment of 15%, 10% and 20% are allowed respectively in their salaries, then what will be the new ratio of their salaries? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now the question says it salary of ABC are in ratio 2:3:5. First we can write it 2:3:5 and again we multiply by 100. So ratio will be same. So now the question says it salary increase of A is 15%. So 200 increased by 15%, 300 increased by 10% and C salary 500 which is increased by 20%. So A salary will become 230, B salary become 330 and C salary become 600. So what will be the ratio? We just simplified it. So 23, 33 and 60 will be the new ratio. So is the correct answer. Next one. If a bag there are coins of 25 paisa, 10 paisa and 5 paisa in the ratio 2:3:4. If there is 50 rupees in all, how many 5 paisa coins are there? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time starts now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now the question says it, you have 25 paisa, 10 paisa and 5 paisas in 2:3:4. Clear? So the number of 25 coins, if you take it 2 units, so number of value 25 into 2, which is 50 unit. In the same way, 10 paisa coin, which is 3 unit. When we multiply by 3 into 10, which becomes 30 unit. In the same way, 5 paisa coin is 4 unit. 4 multiplied by 5, which is 20 unit. So total value of these coins will be 100 unit, which is 50 rupees. Clear? It is given that we have 50 rupees. So solution to be continued. Now 1 unit will become half rupees. So 1 unit is equals to 50 paisa. So first we calculate the value of 5 paisa coins. So value of 5 paisa coins will be 20 unit. Okay. So we multiply 20 into 50 paisa. Okay. Now number of 5 paisa coins. So we divide this value by 5. We get the number of coins. So when you divide it, 5 divided 50, 10. 10 multiplied by 20, which is 200. Okay. So number of coin is 200. Next one. A sum of money is divided among C, A and B in ratio 4, 5 and 6. And another sum of money is divided between M and N equally. If B got 2000 more than M, then how much C get? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time starts now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. First understand this question. Okay. Now the question says it, a sum of money is divided between C, A and B in the ratio 4:5:6. Clear? So we can write it in the form of 4:5:6, which is 4x. If we take a variable 4, 5 and 6, so we can take it 4x, 5x and 6x. But we don't know the relation between M and B exactly. It's just given that B got 2000 more than M. And question asks me how much C get. So how we can find it? Because there is no fixed money has been given. It's just given that the ratio between division of money between C, A and B. So this is a logical question where we can not find the answer. So our answer will be cannot determine X from this equation. So D is the correct answer. Next one. 3 number A, B and C are in ratio 12, 15 and 25. If the sum of these number is 364, find the ratio between difference of B and A and the difference of C and B. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time starts now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. 3 number A, B, C are in ratio 12, 15 and 25. So we can write it 12x, 15x and 25x. Now when we sum up, the number will become 52x, which is given that is equals to 364, because in this question given that the sum of these numbers is 364. So 52x is equals to 364. So x will be 364 divided by 52, which is 7. Clear? Now solution to be continued. A get 12 multiplied by 7, B get 15 multiplied by 7 and C get 25 multiplied by 7, which is 84, 105 and 175. Now the question says is ratio between difference of B and A or C and B. So the difference between B and A is 21. When we subtract 105 minus 84, we get 21. In the same way, when we subtract 175 minus 101, we get 70. So the ratio will become 3:10 is the correct answer. Clear? Next one. 625 upon x equals to x upon 1156. Then what is the value of x? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. This is an easy question. We just cross multiply the equation. Okay. When we cross multiply the equation, it will become x square equals to 625 multiplied by 1156. Clear? 625 is the square of 25. 1156 is the square of 34. So when we take square root, we get x equals to 25 multiplied by 34, which become 850. So B is the correct answer. Next one. A mixture contain alcohol and water in the ratio 4:3. If 5 liter of water is added to the mixture, the ratio become 4:5. Find the quantity of alcohol in the given mixture. Clear? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now the question says it. The ratio of alcohol and water mixture is 4:3. And again say that we add some water and the ratio become 4:5. What it means? It means the quantity of alcohol is constant in both the mixture. Clear? We just add some water. So the ratio of water is increased. So ratio of water is increased by 2 units because there is 4:3 and it becomes 4:5. So 2 unit will be increased, which is given that is equals to 5 liter. So 2 unit is equals to 5 liters. So 1 unit will be 2.5 liter. Now the question is find the quantity of alcohol. If 1 unit is 2.5, then the alcohol is 4 unit. We multiply 4 unit into 2.5, which is 10 liter. C is the correct answer. In a bag, there are coins 25 paisa, 10 paisa and 5 paisa. In the ratio 1:2:3. If there are 30 rupees in all, how many 5 paisa coins are there? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Time's up. Let's see the solution. Now we know that 25 paisa coin, 10 paisa coin and 5 paisa coins, which are in the ratio 1:2:3. Clear? We can multiply it by to get the value. So when we multiply it by 25 paisa, it becomes 25 paisa. Value of 10 paisas will be 20 paisa and value of 5 paisas total is 15 paisa. So when we sum up, we get 60 unit paisa, which is equals to 30 rupees, or we can say that 3000 paisa. So what will be the 1 unit value? Solution to be continued. 1 unit value will become 50 paisa. Clear? Now find the value of 5 paisa coins. First, what we find? Value. So 1 unit is equals to 50. So 15 unit will be 15 unit multiplied by 50 paisa, which is 750 paisa. Clear? Now the number of coins of 5 paisa. So divide the value, number of the 5 paisa coins, which is equals to 150. When we divide 750 by 5, we get 150 number of coins of 5 paisa. Clear? Next one. If rupees 510 be divided among A, B, C in such a way that A gets 2/3 of what B gets and B gets 1/4 of what C gets, then their share are respectively. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Question says that A gets 2/3 of B and B gets 1/4 of C. So we let the value of C. We let value share of C's is C. So B's share will be 1/4 of C according to question, and A's share will be 1/4 of C multiplied by 2/3 of. So it will become 1/6 of C. Clear? Because in the question says that A get 2/3 of B and B get 1/4 of C. So A get 2/3 of 1/4 of C, which is 1/6 of C. Solution to be continued. So total amount we have 510 rupees. So when we sum up C upon 6 plus C upon 4 plus C is equals to 510. When we solve it, we get 17C equals to 12 multiplied by 510. So from that way, we get the value of C, which is 360. So if C get 360, B will be get. In the question, it is given that B share is C by 4. So if C equals to 360, then we divide this by 4, which is 90. And A share is C by 6. So C again is 360 divided by 6, which is 60. So A share is 60, B share is 90, and C share is 360. Okay, next one. Rupees 366 are divided among A, B, and C so that A may get half as much as B and C together. B may get 2/3 as much as A and C together. Then the share of A. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time starts now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Question says that A plus B plus C get total amount 366. So we can write it. A plus B plus C is equals to 366. Solution to be continued. A equals to 1 by 2 of B plus C. It is given in the question. So we can write it 2A equals to B plus C. From the equation 1 and 2, we can write it at the place of B plus C equals to 2A. So the equation will become A plus 2A equals to 366. A is 122. So A share is 122 rupees. Clear? Next one. Ratio of earning of A and B is 4:7. If the earning of A increase by 50% and those of B decrease by 25%, the new ratio of their earning become 8:7. What are A's earning? We have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Ratio of earning of A and B are in the ratio 4:7. If the earning of A increased by 50% and those B decreased by 25%, the new ratio. Can we know the actual amount? Can we know the actual earning of A and B? We don't know. So how we can find the earning of A? So in this question, data is inadequate. We cannot solve the question. We cannot find the actual earning of A because we don't have any actual earning ratio of A and B. So we cannot find it. In this question, data is inadequate. Okay. Next one. An amount of rupees 735 was divided between A, B, and C. If each of them had received 25 less, their share would have been in the ratio of 1:2:3. The money received by C was. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Question says that the ratio of ABC after subtracting 25 is 1:3:2. So we can say that the ratio is x, 3x and 2x. Now if we add the 25 in all these three ratios, the ratio will become x plus 25, ratio 3x plus 25, ratio 2x plus 25. Okay. Now in the next slide. So it is given that the sum of all the ratio is 735. So x plus 25 plus 3x plus 25 plus 2x plus 25 is 735. When we solve it, we get 6x plus 75 is equals to 735. 6x equals to 660. X will be 110. So money received by C is 2x plus 25. It is given. So we multiply x equals to 110. So we multiply 2 multiplied by 110 plus 25, which is 245 is the correct answer. Next one. An amount of rupees 2430 is divided among A, B and C such that if their shares should be reduced from 5 rupees, 10 rupees and 15 rupees respectively, the remainder shall be in the ratio 3:4:5. Then B's share was. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Time's up. Let's see the solution. Now the question says it ratio of remainder is 3:4:5. We can say that 3x, 4x and 5x. Now the sum of the original shares, when we add these 5 numbers which we reduce, we get the original shares. So ratio become 3x plus 5, 4x plus 10, 5x plus 15. What is the total sum? Total sum will be, when we add these three ratios, it becomes 2430. It is given in the question. Clear? So when you solve it, you get 12x plus 30 is equals to 2430. It means 12x equals to 2400. So x equals to 200. Now, question asked is B share. So B get 4x plus 10. We put x equals to 200, which is become 810 is the correct answer. Next one. Gold is 19 times as heavy as water and copper is 9 times as heavy as water. In what ratio should these be mixed to get an alloy 15 times as heavy as water? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Question says that gold is 19 times heavy than water. Okay. And copper is 9 times heavy than water. When we mixed it, it will become 15 times. So what it means? It means 15 times is the average of 19 and 9. So we can put it 19 gold and copper 9 and their average is 15 and subtract from the crossway. 19 minus 15 is 4 and 15 minus 9 is 6. So ratio becomes 6:4. When you simplify it, it will become 3:2. So D is the correct answer. Next one is 15 liter of mixture contain 20% alcohol and rest water. If 3 liter of water is be mixed with it, the percentage of alcohol in new mixture would be. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Time's up. Let's see the solution. Now 15 liters, we have alcohol and water, in which 20% alcohol, 80% water. When we calculate it, in 15 liter, we get 3 liter of alcohol and 12 liter of water. We add 3 liter of water. Clear? So it will become 15 liter water and alcohol will be constant, which is 3 liter. So total mixture will be 18 liter. Now the new percentage of alcohol in new mixture. So we have alcohol 3 liter in new mixture is total 18 multiplied by 100, which is 16, 2 by 3%. Next one. 85 liter of a mixture contain milk and water in the ratio 27:7. How much more water to be added to get new mixture containing milk and water in the ratio 3:1? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Time's up. Let's see the solution. 85 liter divided into 27:7 ratio. Clear? Because it is given. So when we add it, we get 34 unit. 27 plus 7 will become 34 unit, which is equals to 85 liter. So 1 unit value will become 5/2 liter. Clear? So solution to be continued. Now new ratio is 3:1. Clear? So we know that in the mixture, clear? we know that milk is constant. Clear? Because we just add water. So milk will be the constant. So we multiplied the ratio by 9 because we want to constant the milk ratio. So milk become 27, which was in previous ratio, it is also be 27. Now water become 9, which was previous ratio was 7. So water is increased by 2 units and 1 unit value is 5 by 2. So 2 unit increased, which is 5 liter. Next one. The sides of a triangle are in the ratio 1 by 2 ratio 1 by 3 ratio 1 by 4 and its perimeter is 104 centimeter. The length of its longest side. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Time's up. Let's see the solution. Ratio of sides has been given in the fraction form. So we converted into integer form. So we take 2 LCM of 2, 3 and 4, which is 12. We multiplied in all these ratios. Fraction ratio, we get the integer ratio, which is 6 ratio 4 ratio 3. Now the question says is the sum of these units is equals to 104. So when we add it, we get 13 unit, which is equals to 104 centimeter. So value of 1 unit is equals to 8 centimeter. Now what is the longest side, which is 6 unit? We multiply by 6 into 8, become 48 centimeter. Clear? Now summarize our today's lecture. Ratio is a comparison of two quantities expressed as a fraction showing how much one quantity exists relative to another. For example, the ratio of 2 to 3 can be written as 2 ratio 3 or 2 by 3. Proportion, an equation that state two ratios are equal. For example, if A upon B equals to C upon D, then A, B, C and D are in proportion. Clear? In the same way, partnership in a business context, a partnership is a legal arrangement where two or more individuals shares ownership and management of a business. Clear? Profit and losses are typically shared basis of the ratio of their investment or agreed term. Duplicate ratio, the ratio obtained by squaring the original ratio. If the ratio is A ratio B, the duplicate ratio will be A square ratio B square. Subduplicate ratio, the ratio obtained by taking the square root of the original ratio. So if the ratio is A ratio B, duplicate ratio will be under root A ratio under root B. Triplicate ratio, the ratio obtained by cubing the original ratio. So if the ratio is A ratio B, the triplicate ratio will be A cube ratio B cube. Clear? Same way, subtriplicate ratio, the ratio obtained by taking cube root of the original ratio. If the ratio is A ratio B, the subtriplicate ratio cube root of A ratio cube root of B. Clear? Now thank you.